Namaste. Solar eclipse is on 21st September. And in this first episode, this is a conversational episode with Mohan. Mohan represents each one of you. Whosoever is following me closely is Mohan for me. So Mohan asked certain questions in regards to the upcoming solar eclipse, and I have answered his questions. And through my answers, you can find certain insights that can help you in sailing through this solar eclipse event. So this is the first episode, and then next week I'll be publishing a detailed episode on solar eclipse and the remedies. And if you have any question regarding your personal horoscope, or if you have any question regarding numerology, or anything that is relevant and can help others also, you can definitely ask those questions to the email ID that Mohan shares in this podcast. So I'll be continuing with this series titled Mohan Asks and Acharya Addittya Answers. So through this, I'll be covering all topics, questions that you may have, that you may send. And through this conversational podcast, I will try to cover each and every point that can help you to understand the real thing. Not that which is in the book, but which I share with you through my own experiences. So on this note, let's begin with this first conversational podcast with Mohan.
Namaskar friends, and welcome to the very first episode of our new podcast series, Mohan Asks, Acharya Addittya Answers. In this series, I will bring to you the questions that many of us hold within, and Acharyaji will share his wisdom and astrological guidance to help us all walk with more clarity and light. But this is not just my conversation with Acharyaji, it is your conversation too. So I invite all our viewers and subscribers. If you have questions that you would like me to ask on your behalf, please write to me at questionsformohan@gmail.com. Your questions could become part of our upcoming episodes. Today's episode begins with a very powerful subject, the upcoming solar eclipse on the 21st of September 2025.
Namaste, dear Mohan, and very good morning to all my viewers and subscribers. Let us begin with an invocation to the sun, the source of all life, by reciting the 12 Surya mantras. Om Mitraya Namaha, Om Ravaye Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Bhanave Namaha, Om Khagaya Namaha, Om Pushne Namaha, Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha, Om Mariche Namaha, Om Addityaya Namaha, Om Savitre Namaha, Om Arkaya Namaha, Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. As you recite these 12 Surya mantras, and mainly if you recite this before and after the solar eclipse, you will be alright.
Acharyaji, that was truly beautiful, the way you shared those 12 Surya mantras. If someone recites them daily, I believe they will remain protected from the adverse effects of the solar eclipse. And now, to begin with, could you tell us in which zodiac sign this upcoming solar eclipse is taking place, and what is its deeper astrological significance?
Mohan, this solar eclipse occurs as the sun and the master of all masters, Ketu, conjunct in the sign of Leo. Leo is the royal sign of authority, self-expression and ego. And when Ketu, the great liberator, meets the sun here, the cosmic message is clear. Liberation is on its way. But liberation often comes wrapped in pain, because we humans are deeply attached to so many things. You come across a new Mobile, you get attached to that mobile. You buy a new car or a bike, you get attached to it. So if you are getting attached to things that are not alive, then just imagine how much you must be getting attached to those living beings in your life.
What do you mean, Acharyaji, when you say our attachments bring pain?
See, Mohan, you look around. When a man buys a new house, he gets attached to every brick of it. If a wall is damaged, his peace is gone. A new car gets a small scratch and the owner loses his sleep, cursing the one who caused it. And in relationships, how often do we hear, I am so attached to my wife, or to my husband, or to my girlfriend, or to my boyfriend? But attachment breeds possessiveness. And then the question arises, where is she going? Who is he talking to? What is being hidden from me? This is not love, Mohan. Love is freedom. Attachment creates possessiveness, and possessiveness feeds the ego. Ketu's whole purpose is to break this bondage so we can taste real freedom, smiling, dancing, and singing once again.
So, this solar eclipse is going to test attachments? That sounds painful.
Yes, Mohan. Painful but necessary. To move from attachment to detachment, you must pass through the fire of pain. But this pain is not here to destroy you, it is here to awaken you. People become alert only when the arrow goes deep into their heart. That is why this solar eclipse is a wake up call. It says, awaken, realize your foolishness, for attachment is the root of your suffering.
What kind of troubles may actually end after this eclipse?
Mohan, with this eclipse, many burdens began to dissolve. For example, your health troubles will start to fade away. If you are unemployed, you will soon find a good job. If your life is too messy and disorganized, it will start finding the rhythm again. And perfectionists will learn that perfection is a myth and excellence is enough. And if you are a victim of black magic, then slowly you will come out of its grip as this solar eclipse happens. Spiritual seekers during this time will gain consistency in their practice, whereas anxiety, depression, and body pains will start reducing. And pet lovers will see blessings too. A new pet may come into your life, or existing ones may bring more joy in your life. This is why, Mohan, I call it the eclipse of liberation. This 21st September solar eclipse is definitely an eclipse of liberation. Whenever Ketu comes into picture, Ketu simply wants you to get free. But freedom is not free. You have to pay to attain your freedom. And that pay or that payment comes through a certain pain. And that is why pain is necessary. But that pain is not to hurt you, it is simply to awaken you. Please remember this.
So, is it right to say this eclipse is more of a breakthrough than a breakdown?
Yes, exactly, Mohan. For evolving souls, this is a breakthrough moment, but only for those who are truthful and sincere. For arrogant and abusive people, the eclipse is punishing. But for the rest, it is a blessing, preparing the ground for 6 months of transformation. Remember, Ketu is the master of transformation. Someday you should read my book, Why Ketu Can Heal.
Yes, Acharyaji, I'm definitely going to order your book on Amazon very soon. You spoke about transformation. Could you share a real life example of how such transformation actually takes place?
Yes, Mohan. I recall Sridhar Swami of Alandi. For 45 years, he performed miracles, healing black magic, blessing childless couples, guiding people to success. But his greatest miracle was not external, it was inner. He turned negativity into positivity, hate into devotion, restlessness into meditation. That is the miracle of true transformation. For around 5 years, I was in touch with this great spiritual master. I used to drive from Pune to Alandi on the weekends, and he was fond of me, and I was fond of him. And he was truly not only a great spiritual master, but also a great, great human being. He left his body during the pandemic, that is in 2020. But even today, I remember him. So Ketu works like that Guru's right hand, Mohan, shattering illusions so you can walk towards God.
Acharyaji, today you've shared such deep insights on the solar eclipse of the 21st of September 2025. But will you also share how this eclipse will impact each of the 12 zodiac signs? I think our listeners would love that guidance.
Yes, Mohan, certainly. By 18th September, I will be publishing a detailed podcast on this auspicious solar eclipse, the eclipse that I call the end of troubles and sufferings. That episode will cover the impact on all 12 zodiac signs. Whenever I say zodiac signs, I mean the moon sign because everything comes down to moon. But in this case, since the eclipse is happening with the conjunction of Sun and Ketu, I will be sharing the impact for all 12 sun signs and not moon signs. Because solar eclipse primarily impacts your status, your career, your profession. When I say impact, it's not necessarily negative, but it certainly triggers transformation. And so for now, let us remember the eclipse, the upcoming solar eclipse of 21st September is not a curse, but a doorway. It asks us to let go, to awaken, and to prepare for the blessings to come.
Wonderful. And to our listeners, if you too have questions you'd like me to ask Acharyaji, write to me at questionsformohan@gmail.com. Who knows, your question may shape our next conversation. Until next time, stay blessed.
Stay blessed, Mohan. May Shraddha and Saburi, faith and patience be your companions. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।